What I decided to do was, after I did some research about some different types of street art, I knew, number one, that I did not want to vandalize anything. So what I decided was I had to come up with some kind of an idea that wouldn't vandalize but would incorporate art within a certain space, street, or anywhere. So I started thinking about, where's my place first, because place is really important to where the artwork is going to be. So I went to, in my mind, I came up with a couple of ideas, and I decided that I would do mountain art. I live right next to Mount Wachusett, and so I said, I've never seen artwork done up there before. It might be kind of cool to try to incorporate something on the mountain, or as part of the mountain, or at the top of the mountain. So I drew on the canvases with a crayon type of a pencil, and I used a couple various questions that I had when I had researched different facts. I had found out some different things about how much television people watch, and how many hours of day they watch, and how many years of television they'll end up watching. So I hiked the mountain, and I decided on this place where there's four trails that converge into one space, and then they all go up from there. So that was where I put my first flag with my question on it. And I hiked up some more and did the same, and then I hiked up some more and did the same. And then I hiked down the mountain and drove my car up to the top. I moved the TV to the place that I wanted it, and around the television I put up a sign that said, "It's time we unplug." And then I connected the extension cord to the television in hopes that people would see the TV and then follow the extension cord to the chair. Where the chair was sitting, there was a cloth underneath it, a big piece of canvas, and on that big piece of canvas it said, "Unplug here." And being that, take a seat, be in nature, be a part of the beautiful world that we have, and unplug from all of our electronic devices for a moment and take time to appreciate what's around us. As people came up the mountain, I stopped them and asked them if they had seen the flags, and if they hadn't, I asked them to take a look at the television in the chair and see what they could come up with as an ultimate theme or voice of what I was trying to say, or their impressions of what they saw. And I found, though, that a lot of people weren't hiking up that trail, and I think a lot of people were driving up. So what I did was I hiked down when I was almost going to give up. I hiked down the mountain, and I collected my flags, and I brought them up to the top of the mountain, and I hung them on the poles of a fence that runs along, going right to the peak. So anybody that drove up would see the flags, and then they would immediately see the television and the chair and be able to put the whole thing together. And I think that was one piece that I need to think about next time if I did something like this, is making it so that it's all in one area, so that if I need to interview people or I want to talk to people about it, that they can see it and relate, boom, 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 this fits with this, and here's the whole piece, rather than planting seeds, which is really cool. If I wasn't interviewing people, I would think that people would think about those questions, but needing to talk to them afterwards and have some sort of a, motive of creating this video. In the end, I needed those conversations. It was really a great experience, and I learned a lot from it, and it definitely got me out there and thinking about street art and thinking about how to incorporate art into the space, in everyday space. As for the final video, the things that I would have changed or improved would be to lower the volume of the music behind some of the people who are being interviewed. I tried to bring it down a couple of notches, but I think that it is a little bit too loud at times, especially with the woman who is a teacher. The second thing is that I would also like to gradually phase out the music behind as the last slide shows. Overall, I was really happy with what I came up with, but some little things could be tweaked as always. This piece really challenged me to think about my artwork and the way that I present things in voice and how I want others to see my work. I was very nervous about it, but in the end, I think it really got me out there and to do something different that I never would have done had I not been challenged to do it.